Today, we're just outside of Cologne, Germany, on a campus where the German government is funding an experimental place for blockchain technology.
You asked me at the beginning, is blockchain the solution for everything? It's a very important component. Blockchain is more than just this whole crypto technology. The power of smart contract puts power to both of us. The traffic light is now being repaired, and as soon as the traffic light recognizes that it's being repaired, it's paying.
Hi there.
Hi.
Good to see you.
Hi, nice to meet you.
So today we're here in Europe at an exciting campus at a lab focused on taking real world problems and using the blockchain to help solve them. Today I'm here with Wolfgang Prinz. Can you introduce yourself to our guests?
Yeah, I'm Wolfgang Prinz. I'm Vice Chair of the Fraunhofer Institute for Applied Information Technology that is dealing with a lot of applied information technologies here in Germany. And I'm a professor at the Technical University Aachen, at the RWTH Aachen University. And I'm head of the Blockchain Reallabor that is located at this campus here.
Fantastic. I mean, it's an exciting campus. We've got planes, we got wrecked planes and cars over here. We got exciting sculptures. This must be a great place for your lab.
It is. Actually, I mean, it has a lot of history because here in this location, German public TV started. So many years ago, RTL started the first TV shows on this campus here. So actually all the buildings here, they were TV studios. Okay. Yeah, a lot of that was trash TV in the end, yeah, but a lot of game shows and TV shows have been recorded here. And now the TV station moved to Cologne, just across the city border over here. And now it turned into a very interesting campus with innovative companies and studios and things like that. Thank you. Welcome.
Okay, so where are we?
You're in a place near Cologne, which is called Hürth. And this is Studio 6 of a former TV area. And we are renting this now to show Web3 applications. And we are the Blockchain Reallabor. And within this Blockchain Reallabor, we do events, we do education, we do workshops, and we do a lot of development in the Web3 area that we exhibit here in this space to show companies, individuals, how Web3 can be applied in daily business and to improve their own company. Let's start with a very simple one. It was actually one of the first demonstrators that we have implemented here. And the idea is the following. Just across the road, there is a large logistics company. And what they do is they have a lot of tanks. And they must be cleaned because they are not transporting milk or beer. They are transporting sometimes dangerous chemicals. Okay. And after the transportation process, it has to be cleaned, and this is being documented. Yeah? So the cleaning process is documented, and that's the way they document it. So it's a piece of paper. Yeah, it's a piece of paper, a lot of empty space.
Certificate, basically.
Yeah, it's a certificate, but it's a paper certificate, and the security of the certificate is these kind of diagrams here. Okay. It's the number, and it's a written signature. That's it. Yeah? So, on the other hand, within this particular logistics business, there's a lot of competition. Yeah? And this company really wants to make sure that they sell quality and security. Yeah? That's their selling point. And therefore, we put this certificate simply on a blockchain. So we digitized the document, not as a PDF, but we took some structural data. So we put it on a blockchain, so you can really see on the blockchain what has been done, who has done it, is this the right truck, and things like that. And then you get the QR code. So what we can do is we can now just scan this particular QR code, and then we see the document. Yeah? So what we can, with this very simple process, guarantee is that this document is original, it's not counterproof. And on the other hand, we can also check if the document has been checked.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah, you can't do it with paper. Yeah. I mean, the truck driver just gets into the chemical plant and he shows it, and do they really look at it?
Exactly.
Yeah, so it's more security.
How did you get your start in blockchain?
Well, I started Bitcoin mining right after the beginning that Bitcoin became popular in the very early days at the gaming PC of my son. And but to be honest, I didn't really understand what's going on there. Yeah, so after a week or so, I just stopped it. And then around 2015-16, I again came across that topic. And then we discussed it within my research team, and we thought that Blockchain is more than just this whole crypto technology. Blockchain is something that supports cooperation among companies, among people. And that fits very nice because we were doing web-based research and web-based cooperation support, something like shared documents and so on. And for us, blockchain is really a cooperation technology that allows companies and individuals to cooperate in a secure, trustful way without an intermediary. Yeah, and therefore we invested more into blockchain, so we started to develop the first blockchain applications, and we also launched the Euronova Blockchain Lab. And since then we did a lot of projects in the application area on the blockchain and Web3 topic. So what you see here is a combination, and we are using here augmented reality technology to make the transactions in a blockchain somehow visible.
Okay.
Yeah, we can do this with the Blockchain Explorer. You saw it over there.
Yeah.
But for a lot of people, this is not easy to understand. What's actually going on there? There's a lot of mystics going on, and you can tell everything. What we show here is just this kind of city map. And the city map also has this 3D representation. Yeah, and you see there's a traffic light in there. And what we can now do is that we break the traffic light. Yeah. Okay. So what I do is now that I break the traffic light, and now you see that the traffic light is starting to flash yellow. Not just this traffic light, but also that traffic light over there. Yeah. So it's the idea of combining IoT devices with augmented reality. So a little bit of metaverse. Yeah. So it's the augmented reality is extending everywhere. What is happening now? The traffic light is asking some maintainers for an offer for being repaired.
Okay.
And they now provide a time and a amount what they need. Yeah. The traffic light and the smart contract is now comparing based on regulations that the city implemented.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah.
Okay.
So in the sense of some kind of agreement or a smart contract. Yeah. Now it's selecting the right one. It's putting an order, and now you see the car is driving. The traffic light is now being repaired, and as soon as the traffic light recognizes that it's being repaired, it's paying. Perfect. Yeah. So it's a process that's handled completely automatic, where you see I recognize that I'm broken, I order some repair stations, I close a contract, I'm being repaired, and I pay.
This is actually an amazing example of removing the intermediary. So normally I might call a broker or several repair people myself and decide if I want to do, and hey, maybe I'm maybe a little, hey, I want a little extra money in my pocket, so maybe I'll agree with one of these other repair shops to split a little bit of it, but now we just get rid of the intermediary, and now we have this. And this is a fantastic UI. I think one of the big criticisms of Web3 a lot of times is that the user experience is very hard. So, you know, going to check a wallet to see the measurements of my wrench seems weird because, like, why would that be in a wallet and things like that? And so I think that this is a fantastic use case where we actually see the thing happening. This looks like it's all happening on a smart contract without any intermediary. That's pretty cool. And to keep in mind, I think it's important to note that somebody programs that smart contract. So it's not like the light just ordered itself. What somebody says is, hey, if my light breaks, this is the steps that I want to happen automatically. And it's all in a smart contract. It's happening programmatically, so somebody doesn't have to intervene. So that's that's pretty smart use. And then how did you guys get your start here at this campus?
Well, this whole area here, it's the area between Cologne, Bonn, Düsseldorf and Aachen. It's a coal mining area, so we have large surface mining of coal. And this will stop in the next year because of the climate crisis. And therefore, organizations and companies here, they need to change. And they need to really accept now this digital transformation. And therefore, we are funded by the local ministry to support people in understanding blockchain technology and Web3 technology in order to do this digital transformation. So it's not that we want to force to use blockchain. We want to understand what their business problems are, what their process problems are, and then we check if we can apply Web3 technologies to help them. If not, we find any other solution. We find XR, we find artificial intelligence and things like that, or data spaces. But it's really to understand what are the problems of the companies at the moment, and we would like to help them. The show here is a blockchain-based technology, but it offers a lot of other possibilities. It's in the area of self-sovereign identity.
Okay.
Yeah. So it's the whole idea, I own my digital identity, and then I can get verifiable credentials attached to my digital identity.
Okay.
Yeah. So we are having all our digital identity. We have a wallet, and in addition, I have been assigned a number of additional credentials. So I'm able, for example, to switch on the lights here, yeah, which I could also do with a switch. But this door lock is an electronic door lock, yeah, and I can open it. But in order to open it, I need a key. Yeah. And we represent this then as a verifiable credential. Wow. And what I see here is now a screen that tells me, well, currently the door is open. And if you want to open the door, you have to scan this QR code, which is constantly refreshing. And what I do then is I check the QR code. So it's actually now asking myself to provide this credential to show that it's me and that it's me who is owning the credential to open the door. Oh, fantastic. Yeah. Okay. So, and I do this. So I send the information. And now it takes a little bit. It's being now checked, it's being proved, and then after some time, the door is being locked. Oh, perfect. Yeah, and it's also being recorded that it's me who did this and things like that. Perfect. Yeah, and it's one credential that I own to open this one, for example, to order a coffee, yeah, or to open a particular box. Yeah, so we had people here, and they were very interested in that to understand because they have boxes where they rent tools. Okay. Yeah, and then you have a credential to take a hammer or to take a drilling machine or to take this turnkey or whatever.
This is actually a very interesting case because if you think about it, you have these identity credentials scattered all over. Like I have keys in my pocket, or I might have credit cards in my phone. But I'm thinking like in the United States, we have something called Social Security number. And if somebody gets that Social Security number, they could theoretically steal your identity. They could become you. They could open credit cards in your name. Yes. Something like this is very interesting because the way cryptography works, it's a public and a private key. Yes. So I never have to give my private key away to validate who I am. Whereas in the States or with a Social Security number, I often have to give that on applications and things like that. So my private key is essentially being used in applications and who knows where, and so it really opens yourself up. But coming back to this use case, I can verify who I am with just signing something with my private key, which I only have access to, and then we can easily attach credentials to that, giving you access or revoking access. Yeah, so this is I think this is one of the underrated use cases for Web3.
In particular with this whole SSI framework.
Okay, so the crypto market has crashed. We had people like Sam Bankman-Fried that took advantage of people's money. Like, what are the downsides to Web3 in your opinion, and what are some of the issues you see companies coming back with besides the complexity?
Yeah, I think the downside is actually still the usability. I mean, a lot of wallets are just too complicated. Yeah. When we have people here, we do a one-day crash course. So we invite people for 1 day, and in this 1 day they somehow understand what a blockchain is. They get their first wallet and things like that. But then MetaMask comes up and says, this is your passphrase. Write it down and make it sure. And then people say, oh, what's going on there? Yeah. So the entrance point is, the barrier is still high. Yeah, so we have to work on that to make that more usable, really to hide the blockchain within all the applications. On the other hand, whenever something happens in the Web3 space, you see it in the newspaper, how much fraud has been done in the normal banking system. Oh, yeah, true. And things like that. And very often I was giving talks about blockchain, and there was a very prominent guy, and he also said, well, I like your talks, and you tell me it's secure, but then I read in the newspaper that somebody stole so many Bitcoins from someone. And I said, yes, but that was a human thing. They lost their keys, they gave their keys away, or they were using custodial wallets or things like that. And the same thing happens if I lose my credit card. Yeah, if I lose my phone, it's always the same. Yeah.
Oh, you're still here. We're glad that you liked this content and you watched it all the way through. If you haven't already, please like and subscribe, and throw a comment down there. Tell us what you thought about this video and let us know what kind of videos you would like to see in the future. Thank you.